Oh, welcome everybody. I am currently testing out the Steam Team Studio, the beta edition. So currently right now, like I said, I'm just kind of playing around. There's something that I've been wanting to do and I didn't get a chance to do. So howdy now from Texas. I was in North Carolina and I moved down. I'm slowly getting my stuff together again. I do apologize for the really bad lighting. I finally found my light, just to find out that the USB got ripped off. And I actually found the chunk the other day and I was wondering where it was from, and it's from this light. So that kind of makes me kind of sad. My camera does kind of have a light, but it's kind of not good. So yeah, so right now I'm trying to see if this is running. It looks like it is. Good.
This is running. Looks like it is.
All right, there we go. Testing. All right, so it is working on the phone, so that's good. Let me see. Now the question is that I have right now is, if I start playing the game, will I see the chat? And that's what I want to see happening. So we'll see. Just wish me luck. Making sure. Yep. But testing. 1, 2, 3. So I'll still keep an eye on my phone. But like I said, right now I'm just trying to play with setups. Technically my chat's supposed to show up in the upper right, but this game likes to take over the whole screen. So we'll see how it does. Alright, so last time I'm now in the dwarves, and I'm Rayla, murdered 40 dwarves. I had to turn Sulk and Sweetie down. I have rescued technically, I accidentally helped poison a dragon, but I kind of redeemed myself by not killing it. So it got mad because they tried to poison it, and she didn't realize that she was a female dragon. They destroyed her eggs. So she had ample reason to be mad and take her anger out on the village. So she showed mercy. And then now they are going through, they just flooded a very well-known diamond pit because it was literally infested, that's not even an English word, infested with all kinds of creatures on it, just like half the cave. Excuse me, my hair's on in my nose and it tickles. So now I'm kind of going through the mountains. The Grand Elder called me, and instead of being happy for the stuff that I thought was good, he is pissed off at me as hell. So yep, we'll see. So I'm running on very thin line right now. Okay, so this was the last challenge I tried to do yesterday. This is a custom deck. Destroy the Stoneheart Resident Hero. Garfrog, okay. Units of armor is reduced to 0, are destroyed, and every turn draw a card. Okay, this is a custom deck, so I don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so let's see what happens here. And like I said, tomorrow I get a better light. I know I look terrible. Now you guys know what I'm drinking all the time. My lemon water. Okay, so this is the guy. That's the guy. Destroy his armor down to 0. Okay.
Reckon right.
This to me, I'm still figuring this one out. The infamous cow. Why can't I not bring him out? Okay, so he is technically a cost of 1. He's a cost of 2. The damage, the hero.
Sailed into troubled waters, mate.
Okay, why is I love this card because if you play the game, this makes a lot of sense. Roach will randomly end up on rooftops, and what cracks me up is that the horse would trip just going down a little slope, but it could teleport across the ocean, which makes no sense. Either damage the enemy hero by Roach's pirate power. Okay. So I want to damage that guy. Okay, good. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else got anything? Okay. Jesus Christ. he's taking some damage. Okay, what's it gonna do to me? Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. This is pretty evenly matched. Maybe not. Oh no! Why you gotta be like this? What else do I have? I got 4. Cost of 4. Okay. 2 balls to add the damage to the hero by proof. Okay. Should be able to bring him out.
As you command.
Okay. Mana cost 1, so I can't use these now. But I can still shoot. Okay. Oh! Hot dang, that ain't good. Okay, if I'm taking you, I'm taking you down with me, boy. Okay, cost 2, cost 6. I can't bring you in. 1, 2, 3, go. A little bit. No, Roach! No. Oh my God, she is very low. Okay.
Yes, Dwan.
Can't do much with her. And I don't have any mana left. These guys are nasty. Ah, she died. Okay, let's restart that again. At least I got further today than last night. Last night, by the time I was like looking at it, my brain was just turning to pudding, bro. Okay. Draw a card, add the damage to enemy hero. Okay, so technically, all I can bring is this bad boy.
Augur me! Ackers!
Can I do any further damage? Someone a cost of 2.
Gods are blowing fair winds the day.
I can't do anything this round yet. Okay, other damage. That's dirty. Okay, cost of 3. Sure if I made the right move there. Oh, I did. Suck. Okay, cost of 4.
As you command.
It's okay. These guys are no joke. Attack him, don't attack me. That'll pull up some of the heat off for me. I doubt it. Damn. Okay, I'll make this count. Good. Fuck yeah. Alright. So this card has been added to your armory and can be found in the command tent. No, this is not alcohol, I wish.
Welcome to me inn.
Nice.
We've many folk today, but there's always room enough for more.
Nice. Okay. Loot. Loot. Golden
Good
chest.
to see you again.
What did I get? Oh, nice. I get my Italian dwarf. Okay, cool beans. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get a second monitor so I can actually see what my chat's doing. Because right now I currently have one. I'm hoping to get another desk tomorrow, and then I should be able to set up my Cintiq. But we'll see. It's a work in progress, folks. Work in progress. Alright, so let's check the map. What we got going on here? Okay, plenty of loot. Plenty of loot down here. Oh, hot chihuahua. Okay, let's go ahead, head down here. Yep, there's things going on.
Big mantle of fresh snow today. Got a blow before too long. Bring a rush down. Oh, cold as up a Shilemar's ass.
Now, you know it's cold when the dwarf is cold, okay? These dudes practically grew up in this crap. Okay, now real quick, let's go ahead and go up here. Let's see, there's a couple things I need to do. I do have a couple new cards. Ooh. Spawn and play 2 random trinkets. Oh, do tell. Do tell. Let's go ahead and do that. The bear hasn't done me much good as of late, so that's okay. What else do I have? Okay, so let's go back on that. And then anything I can build for my men? Nothing, nada. 1,000 wood. So is that wood. It's so hard to find out. You would think, but no. Well, we're in the mountains, so it kind of makes sense we can't find random wood laying around. Okay, back. They always have to make something that is really hard to find, and in this case will be wood. Okay, so there's clearly a battle here if I want all this loot. Okay. The fact that Elder Bruben Hog had finished spring cleaning did not mean the passage was safe. Off the beast track amidst icy windspread ruins, Beast just scolded, eager to ambush naive travelers who strayed too far from the road. And it did tell you, try to stick to the main road. Eliminate both the reckless and the shrewd vampires. Do not let any of your soldiers get seized. Oh, great. Use your leader's ability. Okay, so it's a puzzle. Follow the major objective, blah blah blah, custom deck. So my deck does not matter here. Okay, this is another puzzle game, which I do like those. Continue. Okay, so what do we got? Are you serious? You already see some of my dudes. This one's gonna take me a second. Hold on, guys. I'm a little slow sometimes. Okay, I need to eliminate both. This has no ability. I'm trying to do something. Give me a second. I cannot attack these guys. Okay. I'm not quite sure what to do here. Okay, hold on. Do I get them to continue to kidnap? Bats. There's a trick to this. Hold on. Wait, they're vampires. And it literally says, use your leader's ability. So what I need to do, this one first. And then I need to put this guy out. It's gotta be an order thing. That's not there. I'm still trying to figure out this pattern. Okay, the boost is not for my dudes. The boost is for these guys. Because the highest ones get kidnapped. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. No? That makes no sense. Okay, hold on. Okay. What is this pattern? I will figure this out. Put him down, he should go up. Okay. Put him down. Yeah, there's some. Okay, hold on. Every 2 turns on your star, sees the highest. Okay, this is where I always kind of fuck myself. Damage to a unit and enemy row by this unit's armor, blah blah blah. Okay. Every 2 turns on your star, sees the highest unit on the opposite row and move it to your allied. Okay. So whoever's the highest level, if there are already 4 units there, move the leftmost allied unit to the opponent's side. Okay. Okay. So it needs to be... Okay, hold on. So this one... Okay, this one seizes the highest to the right. This one seizes the lowest. No. The highest unit in the opposite row, move your allied range to the row rightmost. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. I think. So that's the highest, that's the lowest. On your start, sees the lowest unit. Okay, this is where this one gets. So he triggers first. He takes the highest. Then he takes the lowest. Let's try this. the highest. Now we need to go to the lowest. Fuck. Okay, it's a trigger. It's going back and forth. Okay. I need to write this down so I can keep it straight in my head. Okay. So, round 1. Highest unit. This is the highest root unit. The lowest unit. So high, then it's low. Okay. Let's go back to the highs. When you start. No, here's what I should have boosted him. Yeah, that's why I fucked up. Okay. Okay. Should go. Okay. From here, that way. Reduce these guys. Let's take the guy. This time around. Him, so that makes him the highest. Good. Here's where it gets tricky. So now it goes to the low. The lowest, rightmost, is 8. Okay. I should go to fuck. I should have put him over there. Okay, so I'm getting closer though. Yeah, unfortunately he's gonna get kidnapped and I'm done. Yeah. Alright. Low. High. Low. High. Low. High. Him. Okay, so here is where the tricky part comes in. Okay. This placement is what breaks it. So if it's going high low, every 2 turns when it starts, she's the highest unit. Lowest unit, that will have to be my most position, it will have to be him. I'm gonna draw the... Alright. I don't know what else to do here. Let me see. I'm missing something. Okay. I'm using Lear's ability. I gotta eliminate them? Oh. These guys attack? They don't attack. How am I supposed... Oh! Because they attack at the end. Okay. Dirt. Okay. So. Turn. High. Boost. Take the one to the left. Then boost this guy right here. He gets kidnapped. And then from here... high, then it goes to the low. Should have put him down first. And then he would have been okay. Getting better at this. I know I lost. Okay. Alright, hold on. I am very close. I'm not gonna let this go because I'm so close. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Alright, so let's go and continue. Right now, it's just memory at this point. Okay. Low. And turn. Gets kidnapped. Put another one here. Goes high. Boost these guys. Ah! He gets kidnapped. Okay. From here we boost him up. He gets kidnapped. Okay. And from here we put him there. In the turn. Comes down. Then remember, they take care. There we go. I was close. That's why I don't want to give it, because I was so fucking close. All right. It took a while, but it was a memory game, man. It truly was. That's the fun part about these. I like these like puzzle games. Okay. The Workers' Commission has determined that the nasty stench floating from around Craig's Pass gold mine is not in fact a fart. Valtar's about the way, but it's caused by methane fumes. Ooh. As a result, please heed the following. Do not enter the mines until the stench has cleared under no circumstances. Yeah, you don't want to go in there. Do not come within 30 paces of the mine entrance with a flame. You really don't want to go in there. Alright, and apologize to Valtar for any inconvenience you caused to her. Oh, why you gotta be like this? That is so funny. And the George got a good sense of humor. Okay, let's see what else we do. We'll go in here and let's scout a little bit. Everything's already been discovered. Gotcha. Yeah, so everything's been discovered. Alright, let's go ahead and head north. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. There's some crap over here. Oh, look, my favorite dragons. Yay. Might as well get over. Let's fight here. Let's fight here. Let's fight here. Fight. Fight. Oh, that poor dwarf. He didn't make it in time. Alright, still more monsters. Suddenly, a piercing shriek came from above. Given no chance to react, like my shriek. A large creature swooped down from the sky and plucked up an unfortunate infantryman. Oh, his blood was splattered across the snow, leaving a crimson trail straight to the beast's nest. Oh, this is a straight battle. No! Hades! I am not good at the 3-rounders. Never have been. Okay, I'm getting a little bit better. Okay, so keeping that. Ooh. need a fire dude. God damn it. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, now I gotta be careful because I kill him and I get 2 more of these little monkeys coming out. Okay. Resilience. On your start, spawn a harpy egg to each side of its unit. After 4 turns, you start to consume the lowest units on the battlefield. Great. At least he's gonna eat them in a moment. Okay. And then the center. That's what we need to do. Put this right here. This here. That's okay. That trap right there. Okay, and then let's go over here and and is instantly dead. That's why you love your traps, kiddos. Okay, not quite yet. Oh, that's fine. What are you bringing out? What are you bringing out? What are you bringing out? Look, more harpies. Harpies. I tell you, those little trap cards. They're nasty if you know how to set them up right. If you can endure, set them up. That's the thing, though. Okay, so let's do this.
Looking to dance, mate?
I meant to do that. Cat, what are you doing? Hey! What you doing? Yeah, sorry, my cat's in the background. Up to no good with his shenanigans. You know how that goes.
Ha! Not supposed to be any smoke.
Oh, play a random bronze unit in each deck.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Really? That's random. That is truly random, actually. Oh, boost all copies of an ally by 5. Sweet. Then boost a unit by 10. Let's keep him alone. Huh, interesting.
What you looking
at? Could have just done that. I figured that sometimes I could just pass and I can end the round and I could have kept the card. What are you doing, cat? Yeah, I'm not dealing with your shit today.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Backfired real bad. That's the only thing about those eggs, though. Okay. Will you stop fucking with my shit, cat? Hey! Get out of there! She's digging into my boxes. A little shit, right? Okay.
Catch!
Ha!
That is no bueno.
Got a death wish?
He's in a row that has no fire, too. Yeah, he's gonna bring more shit out. You watch. Yeah, he brought his cousin. Ah, gosh darn it.
Yeah, yeah!
What you can do here? I mean, that's it. Watch him use some fuckery. Watch this. Fuckery, fuckery, all of it, fuckery. There's not a damn thing I can do. Every time I begin to like, bam, 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 and then I'm fucked. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna skip the battle. Yeah, you heard me, cat. Stop digging in my box. Is you in my box? Yeah. My cat likes to dig in my boxes. I had to open everything. Are you in the box? Okay. Sorry, I sound like a crazy woman, like talking to herself, but no. So the boxes are out, they're digging in there, so I have to keep in mind that one of them likes to chew plastic, and you have like wrapping tape everywhere. So I've been having to remove all the wrapping tape to make sure my poor meow meows don't have plastic in their tummy. So problem number one. Okay. Okay, I could do this one. It's a pretty good one, though. I'm gonna do it here. 2,500. What is this? 3,000. I didn't use either one of these cards. This is tough. I mean, I could just boost it for the sake of boosting it. There we go. It's done. Out of sight, out of mind. It'll come in handy at some point. I'll figure out another new strategy how to take care of that. So go here. And... okay, I gotta go to the left. There's something. What's going on over here, folk? Before I talk to you guys, let me loot your shit. I'm just saying. Okay, dear son, if you've opened the family tomb, I can only mean that your father has passed and now rest in peace beside me. Please do not grieve, for this is the way of life. Always has been, always will be. You're the head of this family now. It won't be easy undertaking, but fret not. I set aside a seasonable sum this very day. You'll find it where we used to watch the sunset. May your fortune be long and bright. Your mom. I mean, I kind of feel bad for taking this, assuming that he's not dead. I might take it. Okay, no, I need to go this way. What the fuck am I doing? Anna, drive! Drive! Come on, you can do it. Okay, what we got going on?
Neve now witnessed a sorry sight. A mass funeral for miners killed due to a tragic convergence of events. Their lead caskets lay upon the snow, wreaths of hop cones laid upon them in turn. The mourners waited for the diggers to finish. The digging was tough, for the ground was frozen. As the crunch and thud of picks and shovels continued, the dead miner's foreman scrambled onto a boulder to make a speech. Angry shouts and loud booing stopped him.
You knew it! You knew they'd smell vapors, but you ordered them to keep digging till it blew up in their faces!
Make the daily quota whatever the cost, eh?
You've blood on your nuts, whoreson!
A mourner then picked up a chunk of frozen ground and threw it at the foreman. Blood spurted from the gash that appeared on his forehead. The first dirt chunk was followed by another, then by a rock, a brick. Neve realized that if she did not intervene, the foreman stood to be stoned to death. Something had to be done quickly. Neve saw this clearly. She spurred her mount and rode into the cemetery, pushing through the throng, then stopping before the foreman, the horse shielding him from further blows.
Calm yourselves! Silence! His guilt cannot be decided here. It must!
Before Neve could finish her plea, a large rock thrown from the crowd struck her bosom, nearly knocking her from her saddle. Upon seeing this, her Lyrian escort lowered spears and drew swords and rushed at the angry mourners.
Shino Kren!
Isbel cried out. Her hands began to radiate a fierce light that blinded both dwarves and Lyrians alike.
Have you lost your minds, all of you together? Not had your fill of misfortune yet? Lower your arms at once.
Whether the power of Isbel's magic or the force of her appeal had the greater effect is difficult to say for certain. Either way, both sides suddenly lost the desire to fight. Neve breathed a sigh of relief, aware that if not for Isbel's intervention, a great amount of blood would have been spilled at that cemetery.
Yeah.
Knew there'd be a stink cause of this. Knew there'd be a stink cause of this.
Yeah, that was a rough... I didn't know how to feel about that one, because technically we got nothing out of it. But the fact is, we stopped the guy from getting killed. That's about it. The end. Nothing special. Okay, let's go up here. There seems to be some loot up here. What we got? Random abandoned stuff to remind me. Wink. Wink.
The Lyrians ascended the highest section of the Mahakam range.
Now the other cats
Snow crunched under their boots, cold air stung their lungs, and the wind snapped at their cloaks. Neve wiped sweat from her brow and turned to Reynard.
There! By the rocks! We shall...
The rest of her words were drowned out by a powerful blast. The entire mountain rumbled with a low, vibrating roar. The sound grew louder, echoing off the rocks, splitting their ears. The Lyrians looked around, disoriented. Few heard Gabor's warning.
Dinna just stand there! Get behind the rock! Quick! Hurry!
Neve followed the dwarf's gaze and cried out in terror.
Avalanche.
The snow stuck to the mountainside had started to slide down the slope, sending up mists of icy dust. Before she could react, the white torrent knocked her to her knees, crushing her and smothering her into the ground. All she felt after that was all-encompassing cold and fear. Neve survived. The dwarves who ran to the Lyrians' rescue dug her out of the snow in time. Some of her soldiers were not so lucky. The Queen looked at their bodies, blue, frozen. Next to them lay dead horses, demolished wagons. The losses were enormous. Meve wiped her cheek. Her tears burned her frozen skin. Gabor spoke a while with the leader of the Mahakam Guard Patrol that had come to their rescue. His face was dour.
What? What have you learned?
I tell you all in good time. First, you need a warm drink, good victuals.
No, Gabor. I need to find out what in blazes happened here.
Well, 'twas an avalanche.
Of course it was an avalanche. I'm no fool. But what caused it? What was that noise?
Signal horns. Ours.
So you brought this snow down on us? Dwarves!
Well, aye, but, unawares.
Explain, in brief.
See, we clean our mount regularly. The way menfolk shovel snow off their roofs. Otherwise, the whole shebang would come tumbling down on our heads. When snow's gathered deep enough, we blast our horns to cause a controlled avalanche. Then we need to but sweep up a wee bit and the road's safe.
All well and good, but why did you decide to clean up right as I was passing through?
Wondering that myself. Schedule says next cleaning should have been a week frae now. But someone asked the route to be cleared earlier.
Who?
Maeve, I'll tell you. But first, promise you'll...
Who?
It was the elder, wasn't it?
Hey. Owain ep Clenvog, the Nilfgaardian emissary. Must have found out you'd be going through.
The bastard. Reynard! Reynard!
Wait! Wait!
Where's
I
Reynard?
understand you're a wee bit upset, you've every right. But you'll never prove Owain meant you harm. The sly weasel will make sure he didn't dirty his own paws.
I've no such scruples. I'll find him and kill him.
And then? How'd you tell that tale to Bruva? Maeve, you're justly torped, but for the love, just this once, let it go. Or you'll leave Mahakam with nae a scrap to show for it.
Moments later, scouts reported Owain was camped to the north of the accident site. Meve had to decide how much she was willing to risk to get her revenge on the Imperial emissary.
This is tough because they are neutral. She lost everything. All the money, everything. Oh my god. That sucked ass. Good thing I invested earlier today. Or earlier in the game.
By the Elder's sideburns, I'd no notion anyone was in the Vale. Nilfgaardian said the road was clear. The horsons.
They play them. Keep in mind that they're neutral, but right now they are... There is a problem.
There, my lady.
Whispered one of the scouts.
Left of the path.
Meve squinted. The Nilfgaardians had taken shelter from the falling snow under a rocky outcropping. The smell of roasting meat wafted from their campfire, and echoes of laughter could be heard. The black-clad soldiers had reason to celebrate. They had just decimated Meve's company without even drawing their weapons. Meve's gaze caught something else. A metal container into which the Nilfgaardians tossed bones once they'd been gnawed clean. It looked strangely familiar. Only after a moment did the Queen understand it was an overturned Lyrian helmet dug out of the snowy grave of one of her men.
The horsons.
Meve hissed.
They'll pay for this.
Maeve, asking you last time, keep a cool head.
Whispered Gabor.
You want vengeance? I get it. But think of the cost. If so much as a hair gets plucked from Owain's head, Bruver will never forgive you. And you can kiss any hope of aid goodbye.
Silence followed, finally to be broken by one of the scouts.
Milady, what's the order? Do we attack?
Now this is another one of those tough decisions because clearly the Nilfgaardians are playing the game. They know the dwarves are neutral. They know what they're doing. they're plain innocent. Unfortunately, right now it looks, they claim there was nobody on the path, but there's no way to prove their guilt. So my men's morale is already down. I cannot decimate him anymore. So there's nothing to gain, and I lost everything. All my loot, my gold, everything's gone. Attacking the Nilfgaardians right now, even though it's the right thing to do, if I really want the aid of the Elder, or just the aid period, if I attack, it's gonna come back and haunt me. There's times that as a leader, you have to look at the bigger play further down. Just being hot-headed and going into will not work, which unfortunately will go.
No.
Said the Queen after long deliberation.
But milady, they...
I know what they did, and that I shall never forget nor forgive.
Said Niamh, placing a hand on her scout's shoulder.
But breaking Dwarven law only plays into the Nilfgaardians' hand, causing us to lose allies and our chance for victory.
Niamh brushed the snow from her trousers and straightened her spine.
Avenge our comrades we shall. Not here, but in the fields of Lyria and Rivia.
The Lyrians resumed their march with heavy, beleaguered steps. Their path still piled high with the snow brought down by the Nilfgaardians.
This is heartbreaking, and honestly, that loot ain't worth it anyway. Steal it, but I can't. It wasn't that great anyway. Alright. So that was crummy. That was very crummy. But that's okay. There will be more loot. There's always more loot. So let's start all over again. So a little loot there. Just a little bit of loot here. Just a little bit of loot there. And a little bit of loot here. Okay.
While passing the mining settlement of Kolstok, Niamh heard the sounds of battle.
Hey-ho! Into the fray, lads!
Expecting she would see monsters swarming dwarves, the Queen set off at a gallop to the rescue. Her braid blew about in the wind like a banner, showing her men in which direction to attack. The dwarves she saw, however, were not engaged in a battle against Shaelmars and Barbigazes. No, they were going at one another. Luckily, no weapons had yet been drawn, but given the dwarves have hands the size of bread loaves, this did not necessarily mean there would be no deaths.
Oi, lads!
Roared Gabor Zigrin.
What's this foolishness? Calm the hell down, damn it!
Gabor's intervention proved successful. The dwarves limited themselves to verbal jousting. Niamh, who was no stranger to barrack room talk, nonetheless turned crimson at the dwarves' cursing. Piecing together the obscenities, Niamh concluded they were debating an old quarrel about the height of a certain mountain.
Oh my
or
god.
rather, of the twin peaks atop it. One of them lay in the territory of Clan Dahlberg, while the other in the Hoogsland. Each family felt their peak was the highest, all measurements indicating the contrary being total fabrications.
Queen?
Started Gabor, nervously chewing his moustache.
They're asking if you, as yin impartial and a fair-minded wench to boot, wouldn't you wish to settle their Egypt squabble once and for all?
Oh my god. I like that she's a queen. They keep calling her a maiden wench.
Niamh knew well that this type of age-old quarrel could easily end in bloodshed, so she resolved to help. Representatives of the two clans gave her a strange mechanism she was to use to measure elevation. All that was left was for the Queen to button her coat up to the neck and scale the twin peaks.
Time to end this delicate feud once and for all. Time to end this delicate feud once and for all.
When she and her force had travelled half the way to the first, she heard a long roar that made snow shells detach and descend. Without waiting for her scouts to return with reports, Niamh drew her sword.
Of course there's a fight here. Hopefully this will kind of bring peace, like, come the fuck down. Climbing a steep mountain slope is no easy task. The Ravens struggle to find solid footing in the snow, propped up by their spears, their eyes squinting on their ice-speckled brows. Oof. Whereas the beasts, they move with ease, leaping from rock to rock, long talons scraping mechanisms against the stone. Shorter battle. Okay. That's what we got going on.
Eyes up, lads! They're flying straight for us!
Ah!
Okay, damage randomly by 4 if it's on the bitch side. Okay, we need to get rid of your ass, like now.
Oh, could murder a pint.
Quite the clever little contraption they gave us. Work of a gnome, of course. What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Have her done in a jiffy.
Ah, crap. Okay. Forgot about the roof.
Favourite cut of lamb? The shank.
Ah!
Looking to dance, mate?
Oh, lucky me.
Take those measurements and let's be gone from this place.
Yay.
The Lyrians managed to repel the monsters and reach both peaks. Upon each, Meve ordered her men to take the measurements. While waiting, she admired the breathtaking view of the Mahakaman Massif. The dwarven contraption left no room for doubt. The peak within the Dahlberg clan territory was 2 feet higher than that within Hoog territory. Gabor was clearly displeased with the results.
Damn it all! I'd hoped you'd prove Brewer's clan was in the right. He'd have been content to see the Dalbergs knocked down a peg or two. And, possibly, he'd have been more inclined to help you.
Said the dwarf in frustration. Then, after a pause, he added,
Although, only you saw what the device showed, Queen. Perhaps you could, recalibrate the results a wee bit?
Another tough decision. I mean, what are they gonna, I'm gonna say, let's see, felt higher. I'm gonna fudge this up a little bit because I need people to be on my good side. Now, there is pros and cons to this. Okay, they could be where I fudge it and then I lose faith with half the people, or I fudge it a little bit and I gain their trust. So it's like a double-edged sword here. He is literally telling me what to do. He is my guide. Remember, his interest, he is trying to help us. Because his interest is beat the fucking Nilfgaardians. Because it will keep them from monopolizing all the roads and fixing all the pricing. So that's what he gains from this. Unless he turns out to be a traitor later on, and that's another story. So for right now, I'm gonna bust it.
Alas, no matter the result I give, half the dwarves will be displeased,
said the Queen, after considering.
Thus, if we err in taking the measurements, no great harm will be done, and the benefit to us could be significant.
Gabor just nodded in agreement. The Queen issued the relevant orders and took the four in the march down the mountainside.
This is literally, yeah. Wait, is there anything else before I move on? Just in case. Yeah. Actually, let me do this. There's nothing else, really. Is there anything else over here? Let's see. Ah! Well now, hello. Yeah, why would there be a path there that leads to nothing? Okay. I feel a little bit better. Okay, before we do anything else, let's boost up my crap. Okay, let's see. What is this? Okay, play a copy of this unit on your deck. Oh, this is a good one to get. Sorry. Yes. This is a good one for boosting numbers. I'm okay with burning a little bit, because if I'm going to lose it anyway in the mountains. Let's go with that. Catapult. Let's see, I need to get some of these. I don't really care for this one. I never really got much out of it. At least have one. There we go. Back. I just realized what time it is. Oh, sorry guys. I'm an old woman and I do get up early. Actually, I'm gonna be doing some what's it called? Some home improvement over the weekend. So I'm gonna be painting my garage. It needs it. Don't know why you're still doing that. Okay, the good part is, ooh, yes. Good. Okay, because I'm going to be needing that. That's a good one to get. I have no regrets. Okay.
The dwarves of both clans had been waiting with bated breath for the expedition's return and report. As soon as Meave announced the results, the Hoods rolled barrels of beer out into the square and began to celebrate. Naturally, the Dahlbergs were disappointed, yet they accepted Meave's results as final. At last, they had come to trust her.
Oh, now I feel bad. So, the lesser of both evils, however... Oh, I feel bad now. Should I wait for me to go back? I want to see if I can, like, let me see. Load the last save. Oh, that is my last save. No! Load the previous save. Okay, hold on. Let me see. No. Gosh darn it. No. Cancel. Man, I feel bad now. Ugh. They've come to trust me and I just murdered them.
For frostbite, you'd best avail yourself of some onion juice. Even better if you had a wee nip of vodka. Oh, snorters are frozen solid. Not just those in my beard. My help my nose too.
As Meve neared Langbridge, she ordered her bugler to announce her arrival, then retired to her tent to freshen up. Gascon was already inside, awaiting her.
I do not seem to recall summoning you.
In that case, I must tell you to fret not. Nothing wrong with your memory. I've come with no agenda. Spontaneously, call it, to chat.
Then I propose you leave. Just as spontaneously, call it. I must don fresh clothes. I'm to see the Elder soon, and I'd prefer to not smell of horse sweat.
Doubt it'd make much difference to him. And be assured, I know what I speak of. When last we met, I found myself standing downwind of him. A pungent experience.
Well, Hugh was saved the experience of his breath. So pungent I thought I might faint.
Well, to revive you, pinch you awake, I'm sure would be quite a pleasure.
Gascon, I beg your pardon. Ugh, I shall have nightmares now.
You gotta give the man credit. He really does not care. He doesn't care. He's like, she's a queen. She's on the lamb. I helped her. Whatever. I'll float
Not
her.
tonight. For I fear you might not sleep at all. You see, there's something you ought to know. And decidedly before you meet with Bruver.
Okay.
The sites we cleared of beasts, I ferreted a bit. Noted something peculiar. Any notion what it was?
They were placed there on purpose?
None. The monumental dwarven architecture, perhaps?
Bones, my dear Meve. Dwarven bones. Now, guess what I found on them?
Wait, don't dare give me any hints. Bite marks.
Of course. After all, they'd been gnawed clean of all flesh by monsters, incidentally making it quite easy to spot other markings. Ones made by axes and swords. To be certain, I showed the bones to our medics, and they confirmed my conclusion.
They were murdered and then they were thrust to the monster so that way it looks like they were eaten and not killed.
Meaning what? That the entire clan, the Fuchses,
did not perish due to an invasion of beasts from the depths. The monsters merely ate the bodies and occupied empty homes. Now, I shared my discovery with Gabor, and guess what he did? He panicked. He started to squirm, babble nonsense. I wager my right arm, he's hiding something.
blast. Overly eager to aid us from the start he was. I might have sensed something.
He might be involved in the murder.
I shall have him summoned at once. And I thank you, Gascon. I won't forget this.
Minutes later, Gabor stood before the Queen. At first, he tried to mislead her with evasive answers, but as her pointed questions demolished one clumsy excuse after another, he had to give in.
Hoy. As King Desmond said after a hefty squirt in his hose, we can't sweep this under the rug.
Ooh, you know.
If you think I welcome jests in this moment, you err. My fingers itch to summon the hangman.
Right. So... 'tis true. I misled you. On our clan elder's orders. Supposed to make sure you destroyed Burr's Rump and Davor's Abyss thoroughly enough to leave nae a trace.
We were used. We were used.
Why? What did they wish to hide?
More bodies.
They was home to the Fuchses, our mortal enemies. They'd been a-boiling our heinies for ages, thumbing their noses, taking what they want when they want. And the Elder-in-Chief didn't gie a ploughing whit. So to stop them, our clan, we did the unpardonable. The Ziggurat elders saw their chance and they...
Gods. So you were responsible for the deaths of all those dwarves?
Me? I didn't raise a finger. Tried to stop them, in fact.
You claim not to have taken part, but neither did you do anything to stop the massacre.
There's got their laws and rules and regulations, and there's a hierarchy. He'll be pretty much just stepping out of line if he did. He's not high enough to pretty much object.
What was it to do exactly? The elders had decided. No dwarf would listen to me.
Yeah.
You might have informed the elder-in-chief. The guilty would have been punished.
And his whole clan.
The guilty? You didn't ken Bruva. He'd punish the whole clan.
Yeah.
Women, children, no exceptions.
Yeah. It's not like it's a single person, it's the whole clan that goes down, everybody. Granted, they literally assassinated another clan, so...
Maeve, Queen, I'm begging you. He canna ever learn of this. Aye, I want to hack flame too when I think what the Elder's done. But t'other way it'd bring but more pain and death.
Now this right here is kind of tough. I mean... Gabber's been put in a really interesting situation, and so has the Queen. So he has been very friendly with them. I mean, obviously their clan did something wrong. He is a lower ranked member in that clan, so he doesn't really have much to say. All he has to do is follow order, like they said. They even have laws about how to trim their beards and when to trim the beards and when to sign the forms and stuff like that. It's so heavy regulated. And then Maeve has been going along because she doesn't know anything in this area. She's desperate for help, and they used her to cover up their tracks of the murder and then pissing off the elder. So he has been trying to help us and also helping his clan at the same time. So while I am angry, the fact is what's done is done. Doesn't mean it's right. But at this point, the last thing we need to do, I mean, we also still got to face the Elder. We have destroyed again, they do not destroy their caves. Once the hole is open, you never close it up. She flooded one, and she destroyed another one. So, yeah, so let's give consideration at this point.
I need to consider what's right. Meanwhile, Gascon, make sure Gabor remains our guest.
Of course. I'll let you know if he so much as rolls his eyes towards an escape route.
This one out anyway. Yeah, am I still getting that weird blinky thing? What? Which one? This gotta be one. There you are, that's why. Wait, it kept it? Weird. Can I add more cards in here? Minimum 25. What the fuck am I been doing with my life? Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. So, but real quick, before I move forward. So certain cards I cannot add more. Because trinkets have been maxed out. But, okay. Man, I have been an idiot. That's okay, though. And that's the fun part about playing these card games. Okay. I will, however, add... Do love me some traps. No, this card's kind of dangerous. Let's not use that. I do like that card. opened it there. Him. Remove one. That should be pretty good. I never played this. That's the thing about card games. You have to really carefully read the instructions on there or you're missing out on some stuff. Alright, exit camp. Now, I think it's a good time for me to grab a snack real quick before I move forward. So, BRB, give me a second. BRB. Alright, don't mind me. Enjoying what an adult being like. I enjoy Cheerios, don't mind me. I like crunchy things. I've always been like that. So Cheerios is like a good alternative where you can have a lot of it and you're still not eating a lot of calories. Oh, man. You're eating a lot of carbs, but yeah. Alright, let's move that to the side. I'm gonna need that right there. Alright, I'm as ready as I can be. Okay, so but my question is, I made my investments. That was way down here. I'm not gonna sacrifice my dude. I mean, I could, but my men's morale is kind of meh. So not worth it. I don't like to kill my people if I don't need to. Yeah, I'm good. Alright.
Bruva stood by the bridge like a statue, arms crossed, eyes squinting. Meve sighed inside. She stood little chance of having a pleasant chat.
Elder-in-Chief, sir.
No Sharon and Grayson here, lass. Ploughing humans. Always out to fix things, always end up cocking them up. You think you're due glory, do you? Monster Slayer Meve? Patroness of dwarves? Blast it. What do you think? Why didn't I exterminate those beasts myself, eh? Go on, tell me!
Uh-oh. Keeping other people out?
For you.
For I didn't want to. For something didn't fit, damn it. So I resolved to not destroy their nests and evidence till I learned the truth of who done it.
Oh, he was onto it. Well, I mean, he knows everything about it.
Postponed it all those years expressly. Though your subjects were dying.
I didn't need no lectures from the likes of you. Justice must be served. That's worth any price. And I was close. Had leads. And now it's all gone to hell.
That's
You
why he's
flooded
pissed.
Devore's abyss. You brought Burrow's rump down on itself. And I'll never ken who killed the Fuchses. Understand? Never!
Okay. This is another moral choice. I can tell him and gain his trust, but then our friend will be fully sacrificed. Or I can apologize, which won't do anything, will make me look weak. So this is a rough decision. Do I get the guy helped me get this far, but he was helping me cover his family's track. Yeah. I really don't know what to do in this one. I really don't. I can apologize. I really don't know what to do here. Any thoughts? I mean, I see that there's 2 people watching. Who knows? If I do the sig rings, I literally just throw those people in jail. I might lose. I don't know what to do. I might lose an additional ally. Let me see what happens when I do the soft transfer.
My sincere apologies. I did not know.
Course you didn't, humans. First they cock it up, then they ask how it works. Ah. I'm most eager to give that braid of yours a yank and kick you out beyond the gate. But I canna, for the clans are grateful to you. Fools. Fools, all fools. They forced me to give you an audience, official like, with witnesses, all at the foot of Mount Carbon. Come on then, time to move on. But I'm going to wring you out so hard you'll wish you never left that Nilfgaardian dungeon.
Bruver set off at a brisk pace, cursing under his breath. The Queen took a deep breath, counted to 5 in her head, and set off after him.
Okay. So I am teetering some very dangerous territory. You know, he was in an investigation. Granted, it was a long investigation, but I destroyed it. I knew who killed him, and I could have literally called the dude out, but I don't know how he's gonna react to it. So let's see what happens in this hall. Maybe they might come out clean, and I don't have to do it. We'll find out. Long break is strictly forbidden. Stump, jump, lean over the edge, stop for a rest. Part the runes. Ooh, okay. Alright, that's interesting.
Wanted to hunt monsters, eh? Oh, Elder's furious. Spits flying 10 feet.
Oof. That's not good. Snacky, 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 snacky.
Dwarves demonstrate innovative thinking in many domains. Metallurgy, engineering, architecture. Yet there is one in which they could not be bothered. Naming. For this reason, the bridge that linked the Mahakam Pass with Mount Carbon was simply named Langbridge. Meave learned it was a thoroughly fitting name. Having stopped for a breath halfway across the road suspended over a deep chasm, the Queen could see neither end of the bridge, both concealed by thick clouds.
Amazing,
whispered the Queen.
I feel as though we traversed the very sky.
The Queen and her retinue were nearing Mount Carbon when Meave heard a cry.
Oh, no.
It was Xavier.
Hold! Hold!
Meave drew in her reins abruptly. Her mare neighed and reared, lifting the Queen above her formation of men. From that height, she saw the last pier of the bridge crumbling. The dwarves at the head of the procession were unable to stop in time, and plummeted, screaming into the abyss.
What's the meaning of this, gods damn it?
Groover roared.
Fetch the engineers! No!
The Queen was striving to calm her spooked mount when she sensed something swish past her ear.
Freaking Squirtail.
Out of nowhere, a Scoia'tael band had appeared at the rear of the column. Before anyone could react, elven archers had felled the rear guard. The soldiers lay on the bridge's stone surface with arrows in their backs. Meve was trapped. In one direction lay the chasm, in the other, a fierce foe. She had no choice but to stand and fight.
Standard fight, huh? Extra punch. Okay. The leader watched the... Okay, so this is where unfortunately it sucks that I had to get rid of Rayla, but she didn't do much good. The leader watched in disbelief as Quasar warriors slit the throats of Mahakam's guard. How could this be? Non-human against non-human. To what end could be the elder race do not informally support the Squirtail cause? No doubt these questions are more plagued than men thought, yet it was not the time to entertain them. This was the time to fight. Huh. Oh. This is interesting. Remember, some of the dwarves that Rayla killed were supporting the Squirtail because they've seen how humans treat non-humans. So there's gotta be a connection in there somewhere. Oh. Let's see. 2 Mahakam protectors and more enemies on the way to the range row. Anyway. Only you, because she'll come out. Okay. I need attackers. I wonder if this is a numbers game. Let's do this for right now, see what happens.
At last, Renna! You are mine!
We trapped you, Grace, but we can try and fight our way through.
Whenever a unit is moved to the same row, destroy it. Okay. Okay, that's fun.
Special prize. Just for you, love.
Okay, I don't like that check. Like how these does 3 damage now. Awesome.
Show me the coin or sod off.
God save the Queen!
Nay, Duanve camest.
Man. Okay. Let's see. Damage an enemy by 5 and adjacent unit by 2.
Think you ballbags can do whatever the devils you please? This is Mahakam!
He is not fucking around. 4.
Let us sing the song of steel!
Water is a poison.
I took one of my traps with her.
To the last!
Me no likey. And do anything. It doesn't pop up. What it's going to do is, there's not much I can do here. I just got pop up.
Blood and neck ends. Similian va.
None shall tread on us!
Okay.
Death to humans!
No! Blederenna! She must die!
Their strength combined, the Lyrians and dwarves managed to defeat the Scoia'tael. The guerrillas had weakened the last span of the bridge, turning the crossing into a deadly trap. Had Xavier, who noticed the weakened structure at the last instant, not called out, all would have fallen into the chasm. The Lyrians managed to capture the unit commander. She stood, her head raised high, and when Meve glared at her, she did not avert her eyes.
This guy's been added to your armory and can be found on Command 10. Okay.
What is your name, elf?
Abayeth me parstwan.
She said,
Thank you, Reynard. I know well what she said.
She possibly goes up. Oh. Yeah, no, I got a camera. Yeah, well, I've had a camera. It's just that my stuff's been kind of, you know, moving and stuff. The problem is I don't have a light, so I'm working on that. I'll try to get a light tomorrow. Work in progress. I'm nom-nom-nomming on my Cheerios right now. Because I'm an adult, gosh darn it. I can have cereal for dinner if I want to. I'm gonna move my trash can to the other side. Alright. Yeah, the problem is I'm setting this up so you can see my chat, but when I'm playing, I cannot see my chat, which drives me nuts. And it's still overlapping. Oh my god, I messed that up. That's okay, though. It's a work in progress. Okay. So at least I know it works.
Kiss my ass. Is that truly the best you can muster?
I'd rather show you exactly what I can muster. Tell them to unbind me.
You got your opportunity. On the battlefield. Will you not tell me what they call you? Fine. It's all the same to me. I'm more interested to know how you came to be here. Who sent you?
No one. It was my decision to kill you, and thus avenge Eldain.
Oh.
You've elven blood on your hands. The blood of the elves of the Moulderwood.
That dude that was really swift. Yeah, I killed that dude pretty bad. Yeah. Nom nom nom. You know, that's the good part and the bad part of being an adult. I can have cereal for breakfast. That's the good part. The bad part is I can have cereal for breakfast, but it's Cheerios. There's no sugar on it. I regret the events in the Mount Horn and the fate of the elves.
I regret the events of the Moulderwood. I did not wish those elves' deaths. Yet they left me no choice.
What choice would you give a murderer who invaded your home?
You know I envy you. To see the world solely as black or white, it must simplify things so. Enough. I've heard all I wish to hear.
Yeah. Going through the woods wasn't my finest hour. I mean, I did slaughter a village, and I killed a bunch of people that were like sick. Thanks, Rayla. And yeah, that's forever hunting.
But I haven't. Did you fall in your heed, elf, eh? If you want to fight humans, go on and do it. You cannot talk sense to idiots and nay here, damn it. Mahakam is and will be neutral.
You cannot be neutral. To Dwan, you are either their foe or their dog. Mahakam has stood aside sleeping long enough. That is why we struck it in its very heart, as a call to battle. A call to brethren whom you, Elder, have kept from the world too long.
I have kept him away. I've been bloody right to do so. You want to play at war, you numpties? You want to force the Pontar to flow upstream? Gang right ahead. Good riddance, I say. Gan kill, gan die if you fancy. But God's damn it, leave us alone.
You know, dwarves are hermits. Don't go away to the end. He's been the elder for 200 years. He just wants to keep his people safe as best as he can. As we can see, there's a lot of internal turmoil, and then adding the layer of all this crap on top of it. Sorry, I got crumbs everywhere. Adding this layer on top of it. Yeah, I know, she's getting shut up every good point. But yeah, he's just, they have internal problems, you know. Why try to meddle in someone else's affairs where your house is not in order, you know, type of deal.
Yeah, I should kill you with my own hands. I should cut your throat, put you out of your misery. That's what you want, innit? To die? To die a stupid death? Well, I'll not grant you that. Nay, I'll lock you in a tower. Sit there 3 centuries, and you just might grow a brain.
Bruva Hoog gazed after the shackled elf as she was led away. Niamh expected him to continue fuming, cursing her. But the dwarf stood silent, and his old eyes, half concealed by brows bushy as a forest floor, showed not anger, but the deepest sadness. Dwarven engineers made quick work of repairing the crumbled bridge span.
Interesting. I mean, that is truly a patchwork, but it's the best I can do for now.
Look, Mount Carbon.
Damn! And I thought Novigrad was big.
Non-carbon. Wipe your feet, comb your beard, but foreign guard bring not here. Carbon herd can be heard from the thrub. Yet a dwarf, damn it, not a Slav. Alright.
So the elves are against us. Against our elder. Treacherous hounds.
Ah, there's the stack of wood. Can I get that wood? Can I get that wood? Oh, and in here. Ooh, okay. There's the big titty thrones.
The Lyrians stepped inside
Hey.
Mount Carbon's bowels.
Yeah.
Niamh rode while looking upwards, admiring the intricately carved ceiling, gilded walls, monumental bas-reliefs carved from basalt.
I like how
But this was no time to admire the sights.
figure his
Bruva
the
Hoog
women
had
are.
summoned her to speak.
I thank you for your invitation, Elder.
My invitation? Choice term, lass. You wangled your way in here. Long I've lived, but ne'er have I seen a wench so stubborn.
With all due respect, do you not feel like a pot conversing with a kettle?
She just called him stubborn. It's the pot calling the kettle black. You know, he's calling her stubborn, and he's just stubborn as hell too.
True enough. Changes of mind didn't come easy to me, but they do come at times. Human wars concern me not at all. For so many they are, who could count them? A year goes by without one wanking king invading another's realm. A dog with scabies is less restless. That's why, this morning, I aimed to send you off with nothing. Mattered not what the clans were saying. Rivia, Schmivia, who gives a sheep's fart? But that was this morn, before that daft wench and her pups attacked. Nilfgaard supports the Scoia'tael, it's common knowledge. Nilfgaard uses them. Well, I'm nae worse, and I choose to use Queen Maeve.
Good. So, my question is, did any of the decisions really matter up to this point? Because I was trying so hard to be in his good graces, but it seems that no matter what I did, it was going to piss him off for obvious reasons. But now that I helped him fight the Scoia'tael, who just blew up the damn bridge, yeah. So I guess none of it mattered. It's just sparing as many people as possible along the way. Okay. Okay, so now this is a private right here. Okay, so Nilfgaard supports the school hotel and common knowledge. Richard use some nail words or blah blah blah, and I use Queen Neve. Okay. Now the thing is, we're both stubborn. If I go, what most of you can see plan come across as weak. But the fact is, I'm not a tool, nor yours, nor anyone's. Will be more along the sides of what I should say, but I'm just gonna go.
I shall be no one's tool, Bruver. I fight for my land and my land alone. Lyria and Rivia.
Ah, keep your heat. You can fight for a free warfield, far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter. My aid doesn't come with conditions. Like to give Nilfgaard a warning, you can. If you're going to rile my dwarves, throw them into the Scoia'tael ranks. You'll regret it, eh? But I'd like to issue the warning without declaring war. All clear to you so far?
So, what he's saying is, he doesn't like the Nilfgaardians for a good reason. But if you're gonna pretty much stir up his dwarves into their ranks, he's trying to keep his neutrality as much as he can. So yeah, if she could rile up some of the dwarves to do some stuff, but he's not gonna go full war.
So, when you march out to Mahakam, you'll find a company of our foot dwarves waiting out with the gate. Officially, volunteers enlisting with you against my will. And you're to put them at the fore next time you face Nilfgaard. Want the Blackclads to break their teeth on our bucklers, get a taste of our axe blades. After that, dare say they'll think twice before they send more Scoia'tael into these hells.
I do not... Thank you, Elder. You restore my hope that I shall have my home back in the end.
Candid like, I dinna share your faith. I've watched you. You're naive. Let ire take you. Meddle in matters near your own. Disrespect our custom. But you win or nay, it's all the same to me.
Alright, so by that reason in dwarves, share his noble deeds about the structure if topples, as long as it doesn't put them through the door of inconvenience conflict. Isn't that most people's situation? Most people, like, they're cool with going with things as long as it doesn't inconvenience them.
Then I hope that I shall at least surprise you.
Honestly doubt that. So you'll only get the bare minimum recruits to make the Imperials take note, and nae a dwarf more.
Alright, now this guts will be added to your army and can be found in the command tent. Alright, now. Oh. Nice.
And for that I am grateful. But now, I would like to march at once. So by your leave...
Go right! Now if you can! Quicker you get out of our mount, the better.
Without waiting for Meave's reply, Bruver turned his back to her. The Queen left without saying a word. There were few choice ones burned on her lips. Meave was on her way back to her company when who should step in front of her if not Gabor?
To what do I owe this pleasure? Do the Zigrins wish to use me once more? Accomplish aught else with my aid?
Could be, but if so, take none of my concern.
Why's that?
For I've resolved to leave Mahakam for all time.
And where will you go?
Dinna ken. Wherever you lead me.
I beg your pardon.
Your Grace, Meave, I betrayed your trust. Tricked you outright. In spite of that, you kept my confidence, risking everything. To say I'm grateful is just a wee understatement. I'm indebted to you. Deeply so.
Yeah, by her not, and this is why I didn't want to rat out the clan, because, again, it's dwarves matters. It's dwarves affairs, one. Two, he he was trying to cover. He was trying to protect a lot of people. He was trying to protect everybody in his clan. He was under orders from his elders, so he was just doing what he was told. And there is a ranking system within the dwarf system. So, yeah. And then on top of that, he did keep her a lot from harm and let them, except for the avalanche. I mean, he didn't even see that coming. I mean, why would you put yourself in the way of an avalanche, okay? And he has been fighting with her the whole time in the mountains. So, yeah, he did mislead him, but he was not trying to be facetious about it.
Please let me pay it off. Let me fight at your side. Heed to hit me.
Gabor, vindictive I am not.
Oh, thank you, Maeve.
Yet neither am I stupid. You may join our ranks, I agree. Yet trick me once more, in the tiniest manner, and I shall show you no mercy. Is that clear?
Oof.
Chastened, Gabor merely nodded to confirm. Maeve extended her hand for the dwarf to kiss as a sign of submission. Yet he simply wrapped his arms around her waist and squeezed. The Lyrians were ready to leave Mahakam when they heard the sonorous blast of a commander's horn announcing the arrival of Bruverhoog.
Oh, what does he want now?
When she saw a sour grin on his face, Maeve knew the tidings were not good. But what she heard next exceeded her wildest expectations.
Come to say farewell? No need, truly.
Came 'cause I got a burning question.
Uh-oh.
Maeve, you expecting anyone?
How's that?
Wait, what?
Runner says a delegation's arrived at Carbon. Freyliria and Rivia. Got a Nilfgaardian escort.
Whoa.
How dare they? Traitors. Who leads it?
You'd best sit.
Oh, it's her son.
Who leads the delegation?
It's her son.
It's your son. Willem, I fear.
Willem?
Mahakam remains neutral as regards all your squabbles. I trust I needn't remind you. So I'll have no scrambling nor shoving, and certainly no bloodshed. Point of fact, I'd prefer it if you...
Yeah, this game is in the Witcher universe. This is taking place, believe between like book 5 or 6. Actually, no, it's like between 4 and 5. So at some point, this war is going on as Geralt is looking for Jennifer and Ciri. And then, so at some point, the Nilfgaardians are literally going through, and you can see them in the game when you're playing the game. The Nilfgaardians are just kind of slowly taking over everything and decimating everything in sight. And in the books, it's pretty gory in the book. Like the TV series did a pretty decent job showing how gory some of the scenes are. Granted, they don't show a lot of the rape and all the other stuff that goes on in the book, thank God, because you cannot get away with that on television. But for most part, this war's going on. Geralt meets Queen Maeve as she's kind of marching to go towards this battle. He pledges his loyalty to her, and at some point he flakes out on her. So this is within the universe. So while this is going on, Geralt is doing his own stuff somewhere else. Honestly, season 1 was very disappointing. Season 1 was great. It was based on the first 2 books, and it was all the short stories. Now, book 1, so it's the 2 short stories, and then book 1 through 6. I'm finalizing 6 right now. It should be 6. Hold on, let me grab it real quick. I have it right here. Yeah, so it's technically the 2 short books, book 1 through 5, and then this is the last one that I'm finishing right now. I've read kind of slow, but pretty much for most part, book 1 through 5 is the main story of how he goes chasing after Ciri and finds Jennifer, and they live happily ever after. And then this book is like the legend is born, and I should just call it "Where's Geralt's Swords." I'm not gonna go any deeper with that, but it's pretty much the theme so far. Where's Geralt's Swords? But yes. But yeah, that's pretty much a little bit of bad rep on that.
I wish to speak to him.
No, don't do it.
I'd forbid you, but as I said, never seen a more stubborn wench. Alrighty then, jabber away with him. Just remember, hands to yourself.
Neve spotted banners, a Lyrian eagle upon one surrounded by Nilfgaard's black rags. Her hands became fists, showing how helpless she felt. Then her son and rival, Willem, emerged from behind a row of Imperial footmen.
My. I should apologize. It seems I missed the coronation. Congratulations, my son. Who was it who placed the crown? General Ebdahi?
Count Caldwell.
Oof. Oh, that stung.
Ah, yes. Our elder statesman. Why have you come here, of all places? To acquire arms for Nilfgaard?
As my official mission, yes. Yet unofficially, I wish to speak with you. I trust you've had tidings from the field. Edirn turned to ash and dust. Vizimir murdered Redania in Khayos. Foltest forced to strike a pact by his vassals betrayed, Henselt the same.
This limerick, will it come to a point?
Why, yes. To the same as this war. Mother, I beg you, you must see it. Nilfgaard's victory is inevitable. Surrender now, and I shall show you mercy. For later it'll be too late.
There will be no later. We shall repel them, drive them south at the points of our pikes.
This we, Mother? Who precisely do you mean? You stand alone.
So it seems to you, but I have allies. I don't want to give him that. I don't want to give him that information because we are at war, and even though that is her son, he is still technically the enemy who is being influenced by the head of state. So for right now, let them keep thinking that she is alive.
I prefer to stand alone over standing with Nilfgaard, with the invader, as you do.
Mother, in declaring for the Empire, I saved the lives of thousands of our subjects.
And in so doing, our honor lost.
Living honor.
Folk who had their huts burned down care deeply about our honor. Is that truly your belief? When I was crowned, a fact you deride, though that makes it no less true, I swore the good of my subjects would guide me. And a war we are doomed to lose cannot in any way benefit them.
The problem is he is not seeing what the Nilfgaardians are actually doing. They're literally decimating everybody from Lyria and Rivia, and they are replacing all their subjects and all the they're literally doing full-blown genocide and replacing everybody with their people. So it doesn't matter. Potato soup. Some are equal. Our jelly donuts. Yeah, no. But for the most part, he is not seeing that aspect of what she's been seeing on the ground. So yeah, this is kind of sad and ugly at the same time.
And slavery can. You know well the Blackclads put peasants in chains, like cattle.
Reprehensible, I agree, but...
No, there is no excuse for you allowing your subjects to be enslaved away and have their property taken. Because he's covering his hide.
And resettlement? Forced labor?
There we go.
Cruel laws that make death the punishment for the slightest offenses?
Yep.
Are those benefits? Well, answer me!
I see I will not sway you, Mother. A shame, though I take comfort in the fact I tried. And now, adieu.
Oh no, I, not you, will decide when this conversation is over.
I'm your fucking mother, bitch, and I'm the queen, still. Sort of, maybe, kind of.
Oh, have we anything else to discuss?
Naturally. How did you know you would find me here?
I received Nilfgaardian reports to the effect that you've been seen in the pass.
Oh, roses are red and so are your cheeks, my son. As ever when you're caught in a lie.
Nah.
Lyria is 2 weeks' travel hence. Had you received word only once I was here, we'd have been long gone from Mahakam by the time you assembled a force and completed the march.
He's been using one of the wizards. It's gotta be.
No. You were forewarned of our intended route. It means I've a traitor in my ranks. Another one. Get out of my sight, villain. And pray we only ever face one another on neutral ground.
Maeve struggled inside not to turn and gaze once more at her son. He'd changed since they'd last faced each other, grown manlier, and he wore the crown well. The Queen returned to her company. Her advisors shot her questioning glances, curious what she had discussed with Bruver. But Maeve decided to keep the details to herself.
That's the way it should be.
One of them wore a Nilfgaardian lead around his neck. Until she knew who, she would have to remain vigilant.
Yep.
Time to march on. But in which direction?
I wonder if it's him.
I've thought on it, Your Grace. We've strength enough to hit the foe, but still not the numbers to face him in open battle.
So what do you propose?
This war we cannot win alone, nor even with the dwarves at our side. But if we secure a victory, small yet symbolic, we shall show the other realms of the north all is not yet lost.
I wonder if it was Rayla.
Thus, I propose we attack behind the front lines, somewhere well clear of any major Imperial force.
Where would you suggest?
I'm considering Angren. To begin with, a thickly wooded marshy land, always helpful in clandestine operations.
True.
Secondly, the land's strategically important, as it's the chief source of building material for Nilfgaard's fleets.
All too little, I fear. Since we require a victory that would be symbolic, we must strike where it shall hurt, and Angren...
Just recently welcomed a new regent, in the person of Count Coldwell, my third argument. Naturally, if Your Majesty wishes, I'm prepared to present alternatives to this.
No need. We march at dawn.
Maeve had toiled, cajoled, persuaded, and gained the dwarves' support. She left Mahakam strengthened, markedly. Even so, the Queen was in a foul mood. For it was clear a traitor, a viper, nested among the Lyrians. Someone who had conveyed the Queen's plans to her foe. From this moment on, Maeve would need to weigh every word she uttered, even in the presence of her closest associates.
Your Grace, we must plot our course forward. Shall we take the western passage into Angren, or...
Not now.
When, then? Dawn approaches, yet we know nothing of where...
I will not repeat myself.
The Queen knew she would learn the traitor's identity in the end. If need be, she would tear the name from the throat of another turncoat, Count Caldwell. Maeve drooled at the prospect of seeing Caldwell in chains, then passing him to the hangman.
Saddle the horses. I shall take the fore.
The time for diplomacy, for preparations and negotiations had gone. Maeve was to attack her foe at last, and she could not wait to do so.
This is now going to cause some internal problems because... So, she has the thief that she tried to hang.
At long last, Maeve's force reached Angren's marshy woods. Ever been? No? Count yourselves lucky.
You certain we haven't lost our way?
Alas, here there is no way. We continue south, that's all.
South meaning the bottom.
Should you ever venture there, I offer you this advice. Do your utmost to make no noise. Poor soul. His comrades cried out, reached out, but alas, amidst frothing waters they heard bones cracking, the moan of metal bent and crushed.
Yep.
What the... Bloody hell, what was that?
Rather not know, personally.
Hold your positions! Arms at the ready!
It was a glusty war.
Yep.
One of many the Lyrians would encounter along their path. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. At last, Maeve and her force stood upon the Yaruga's bank. To find and punish the traitor Caldwell, they would have to cross the river. Yet the sole bridge nearby was in Nilfgaard's hands.
Ooh, I have
Your
started
Majesty,
using that.
some new reports require your attention.
Okay. Here we got. Ooh. Okay. Angren's partly under Nilfgaardian control. Black-clad troops hold key fortress and transportation arteries, but little beyond that. Swampy wilds remain uncharted and untamed for many obvious reasons. Can Caldwell rule Angr on behalf of the Emperor? Commands small division and Tuzla Castle. Actually, Tuzla, trying to think what the geography of that is. South of the swamp. Nilfgaardian's troops also supervise lug cutting operations supplying their fleet. Further danger presented by monster attack. Foul beasts represent in Angren's wetlands is number far exceeding those found anywhere else. Yeah, the swamp is not the safest place in this universe. You got all kinds of everything in there. Meave remembered the volunteers from Mahakam aren't to go without vitals, beverages, or brawls. Okay. Shit, more query or else. Don't be stingy on paying, and make sure they don't chum around with your other troops more than the absolute minimum. Keep them segregated. I don't want any of your idiotic human fashion depraving my decent dwarves and infecting the monsters when they get back. Jesus Christ, man. God bless the elders. If you fight the Black-clad with the same mule-headed you showed me, they're in for a solid beating. Don't give up. Jesus. What an old Jesus Christ. Your Majesty, you surely know already Count Caldwell been handed control of Angren. Your son Willem seized his chance to assess his independence. When General Abdahi absent from the capital, the young prince pushed his own decree to the council of peers. It's not for me to judge whether this is all isn't according to some plan of the invaders. Yesterday, emissaries from Temeria and Kedwin came to court. I'm afraid they seek to cut deals with the Nilfgaardian, losing more allies. If Redania joins them, the war will end and the enemy shall triumph. My lady, the North needs a victory. You must know your fight is at the utmost importance. We need you. We need you now more than ever, Captain Tobias. Yeah, the fact is, there's a couple ways to go about this war. First of all, war is never pretty, period. And the fact is, if they give up now, yes, the war would ebb, but then they're gonna have a tyrant ruling party practically dictating and killing people for just stupid stuff. You know, like North Korea. You know, you sneeze, you look at something wrong. First of all, you shouldn't be stealing, period. In North Korea. Or desecrating anything in North Korea. But, you know. Oh, I'm pretty sure these guys are loving the
Hidden
swamp
among
song.
brambles, Meave watched the Nilfgaardian sentries atop the palisade. In full gear, alert in stance, they looked sharp and ready to defend the stronghold.
Blast!
Meave hissed, for she now knew Red Lobendon would not fall by surprise. A siege would be needed, and it would slow her advance. Yet there was naught she could do, as this was her one road to Angren and to Caldwell. Reynard wiped the sweat from his brow, donned his helmet, and dropped his visor with a tap.
On your command, Your Majesty.
Very well. We mustn't delay. Reynard, our plan of attack. Armoured infantry to lead and take the first salvo upon their breast, scaling ladders to follow. Afterwards...
Masterful. Truly masterful.
Interrupted Gascon.
Yet, despite the mastery, fit to be improved.
How, namely?
Hold back your force. Lie in waiting. I'll take 10 good men and open the gates for you. Wide.
And how do you aim to achieve this?
Asked Reynard.
Knock and claim to be a trinket peddler, I suppose. Or perhaps one of Lebioda's devout disciples.
Must you know every last detail? Where's the fun in that, sir?
There's none in warfare. Never.
Seethed Reynard.
For war is no farce. Your Majesty, he stands no chance. Not the slightest.
None at all, I concur. Yet his eagerness intrigues. Let's see what he can do.
He is a practically Robin Hood / rogue thief with probably has, you know, Misty Step is like one of his attack. I'm pretty sure his sleight of hand is pretty up there.
Reynard did not approve of Meave's decision, this was clear, yet he dared not undermine it. The Queen's blessing now his, Gascon assembled a small force and set off, straight for the stronghold gate.
Lambs to the slaughter,
muttered Reynard, shaking his head.
My Queen, it's not too late. We can always...
Shh! Look.
Already at the gate, Gascon lifted his arm in a gesture of peace, then merrily bantered a bit with the guards. A moment later, the gates jerked into motion.
But how?
No matter. The gate stands open. We must attack.
Meave raced off towards the fortress without even glancing back. She knew well her soldiers would follow.
Yep. Okay, shortened battle. The guards continued their attempt to close the gate, but Gascon's men quickly disposed of them, thrusting their knives between gaps in their heavy plate. Ooh, that is hard. The Lyrians raised their fists in the triumph and cheer, but Meave was quick to silence them. Their celebration was premature. True, the invaders lost a tactical advantage that had not yet been defeated. Yeah, one of the really ugly things they used to do to knights, if I remember this correctly, is there are certain parts of the armor that you know cannot be covered from ability. So one of the places they could cut people was right here in the armpits, and there's a couple major arteries in certain areas that go here, and they will practically bleed to death in their armor. I can't remember where on earth I read that. It was like some medieval time book, like a while back, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm not confirming that because it's been so long since I read it. I'll have to go back and like look into it, but yeah, stabbing people in like advantage spots was not that unusual. Ooh, my trinket, man. Yes.
Oh! Ha ha! The strays have come to play!
Okay, what do we have going on? Okay. Draw a copy of this unit and discard all copies as units from hand. Every turn on your start boosts adjacent unit by 2. Okay. There's Duke of Dogs human. Okay, so let's do this. Let's bring my dude out.
This could hurt.
Something here. Okay, Death Wish. Draw a copy of this unit. All copies of this unit from your hand deck. Hey, you start someone to copy this unit from your deck. Yeah, this is a numbers game.
Order! and aplenty in them.
For the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Life is mine now.
Both of these go back.
Praise be to the great sun!
Looking to dance, mate?
Yes, this is chilling back there. When the fuck did he come out?
To the last! Yeah!
Notice! All roads lead to
God
Nilfgaard!
damn it!
Not supposed to be any smoke.
Find out here shortly. I don't count my chickens before they hatch. You could put some crazy fuckery and pull out another one of these guys.
Your humble servant.
What you looking at?
Should be fine now. Just waiting for him to pull something. It's still going.
One red Lobington for you, milady. Compliments of the house.
Yeah, these kept pulling out. This is a really strong card, but as soon as your enemies get killed, it drops by 50. So they're good to be like a quick booster. But the second your people start dropping dead, then...
Gaston seemed a fiend as he fought his way to the keep, then single-handedly killed the commander. Suddenly leaderless, the Nilfgaardians laid down their arms.
My, Gascon. Colour me surprised.
Pleasantly so, I trust.
Don't fish for compliments, it doesn't suit you. Besides, you know you deserve both medal and title.
I shall hold you to it, my queen.
I have a feeling that he might be my traitor because... Well, I don't know.
In due course. But I must know how. What ruse persuaded the Nilfgaardians to open the gate?
Come, my delightful charms, no ruse.
Ah, I see. Not one to share secrets.
Unremarkable, as I see it. I'd hold my tongue too, were my conscience thus burdened.
Jesus, Reynard.
I've done naught to hide my shameful past, friend. I was a brigand, indeed, yet...
Do not dare take me for a fool. You know of what I speak.
What are you talking about?
Yet I don't. Reynard, what is this? What the devils is with you?
Your Grace, in Mahakam, the Nilfgaardian letter we managed to intercept. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meve and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed.
It was to him.
'Twas Gascon who told us Caldwell had received Angren to rule. 'Twas Gascon who suggested we ride for Lobendon. Here, the Blackclads willingly opened the gate, for they expected him to deliver a prisoner. You!
I mean, that was a little too convenient. I don't want to... Fiend expected. I mean, he just killed them. I don't know what to think here. Because I could say yes, I expected this because but he's been with us the whole time. What are your thoughts? Impossible, I don't believe it. I'm gonna go with impossible, I don't believe it, but...
I don't believe this. No, it cannot be.
Deny it, Gascon. Go on. Tell me I'm wrong. Do you require any more proof, Your Grace? What do they promise you? Amnesty? Coin in heaps?
Both. I knew Nilfgaard wouldn't parley with me as a matter of course. To be treated seriously, I needed something they valued. A stroke of luck, it was, the chance to free you from Caldwell's grip. 'Twas in Edern that we first spoke. Then came to an understanding after Rosberg's fall.
Why do I still live then? Why not snatch me under Knight's mantle, drag me to Red Lobendon in chains?
Meve, I sought to sell you out, I did, and aimed to gain by it. Yet in Edern, you earned my respect. In Mahakam, my admiration. I swore then I wouldn't follow the terms of the accord I'd made. Instead, I'd let you into the fort and make damn sure the Commandant couldn't reveal the truth. Alas, seems I underestimated Reynard.
Flattery will get you knout. You, sir, are a traitor.
Oh, please, friend. You appear to me a pot that calls the kettle black.
Reynard? What does he mean?
Uh-oh.
I've no notion, Your Grace. Not the slightest.
Was he telling... was he telling her son about where he'll be?
Truly. Ha. And I had you pegged for a man of honor. Come now, Reynard. Who sent secret missives to Willem?
Yeah.
Go on, you really should tell your queen.
Exactly. It had to be him, because how else would his son know she was there? I mean, there was no other way. Yeah, there was no other way.
What? Reynard?
His Highness guest chambers in Mahakam. One of my lads snuck in. Found a letter bearing the signature of one Reynard Odo.
Reynard, I beg you. Say it's not so. Tell me it's a filthy lie.
No, it's not.
Your Grace. I'd hoped His Highness and you would reconcile. To see son stand against mother rent my heart. I wish to help.
Behind my back.
Your Majesty, I sought merely to push the youth to see reason, to open his eyes.
So say you now. Yet I can't know what was in the letters. I can't know what pacts you made. And alas, I can no longer take you at your word.
I'm not alone in having deceived. Yet I am in repairing my wrong.
Meve felt a tempest rise inside her. Yet she could not release it lest it cloud her view. She would solve the problem, strike it from her mind, and resume her journey at once.
Okay, so here I have a really tough choice. Okay, I shall look past these betrayals this once. I no longer wish to see you, Gascon. Okay. Out of my sight, you both. Does that mean that she's dismissing both of them? Alas, Raynar, our paths do part. Okay. So, personally, I don't think I should dismiss them. We have they've come a long way with us. Can this bite me later? Absolutely. However, they both come a long way. Out of my sight seems like a dismissal. She needs to think. Yeah, but this game's really weird. Sometimes you think that they're being, like, sent away. Like, that's what happened to that village. I thought she was gonna punish people, and then she killed everybody. So, like, I didn't think punishment was gonna be that. So, I think for right now, I shall look past these betrayals this once. Mainly because they both have some pretty good abilities. The second you dismiss them, you lose their abilities and all the cards that come with them. He meant well, but like he said, he thought he could go... This is Renner. He thought that he could go and help out. I mean, he's been under the service for years, and he's still there. I mean, look at him. He's all gray. He has no wife, no kids, you know? So I personally think I'm going to hold for now. I will not dismiss, and then I'll just kind of...
Drawn and quartered, I should have you both. Yet in truth, I cannot do without your aid. Now more than ever. 'Tis the one reason I show mercy and forgive.
Your Grace, perhaps made with doubt, but 'tis the right decision. I shall prove it. Thank you.
Reynard and I rarely see eye to eye, but under the circumstances, I second his every word.
Oh, shut your damn traps! And I believe you're needed in the wagon train. Now!
The Queen's wish was clear and fierce. Gascon and Reynard slid off, leaving Meve to her thoughts. From the palisades rampart, Meve gazed out over the marshlands across the Aruga. The Queen sighed deeply. She expected great challenges in Angren. She had also expected, even hoped, to find the one traitor in her midst. But two, and both her close aides-de-camp. She felt a weight upon her heart now.
Blasted all.
She muttered.
Not the first dagger I've taken in the back. Likely not the last either. Yet to pity my lot will help not at all.
So she's
From the captive Nilfgaardians, Meve learned Caldwell was at Tuzla Castle, in Angren's very heart. A small detachment would remain at Red Lobindon, while the Queen with the rest of her force set off to face the treacherous Count.
So...
Mom, I must speak to you when you find a free moment.
Okay, I need to go to the tent. Okay. Your request to return to Lyria has been rejected. I agree with your argument that King Velen requires the support of an experienced politician. That is why I shall advise him should the need arise. For now you tell us are more useful in Angren. As you know, the Emperor depends on the rapid delivery of building materials of our shipyards. I advise you to make fulfillment of these wishes your top priority. Delays are unacceptable. Meaning, get this shit done, or you will be, you won't be doing well.
Savarut, Nordling, Netama.
Speak common.
Godef me, sir.
Okay, let's go here. Okay, there's some stuff back there. Huh, I really should have been back there real quick.
I'll keep a close eye on him, Mom. Don't you fret. I'll keep a close eye on him, Mom. Don't you fret.
Let's go real quick, go to the map. Let's go ahead and scout a little bit more. Yep. Those scouts come in handy, especially if we're looking for gold. Okay. So right now, me feels really alone from every angle. Her son turned against her. Her trusted confidant for years, literally for years. She just found out that he betrayed her at a moment where she is the most vulnerable. Let's be honest, she is vulnerable at this point. She is literally begging aid of anywhere she can get it. She's desperately trying to fight for her people. Giving up is the easy thing. But the fact is, even she could just fold and end the war, but the future that awaits them is not a very good one. Like she said, slavery, encampment, having people being replaced, that's not good. That's a really good card. Keep that in mind. Okay. Damage an enemy and allow other elements with the same power by 2. Okay, I eventually need to swap some of my dudes. 2 units with the same power to the other row. There's one more. There you are. So the unit power equals to Mahakam's Sholen's power. Okay. So some of my attackers there. I eventually need to go back in and reshuffle my deck. Oh, I need to talk to that lady. Hold on. This was very important. Oh, I have to talk to everybody. I need to talk.
I'm pleased to see you again, Mom. You need something?
You wish to speak with me? In private?
Yes, Mom. I've given thought to certain matters. The time's come to explain and reveal my decisions. I've not been entirely honest.
Nobody
but
has
I've seen you very much deserve the truth. You're brave, wise, and above all, you've a good heart. And thus you're unlike any other ruler I've ever met, had dealings with.
Isabel, what is it you wish to say? You're starting to worry me.
Do I have another traitor in my midst? Probably. Off with your head. No, I was kidding.
I told you of Sintra and Sodden. Do you recall?
Yes.
It's true, I took part in that war. Yet I fought for the Empire.
What? I'm not certain I understand.
My name is Isbel eb Muirmos, of Nilfgaard. I wish I could say I am from a conquered province. I wish I had that luxury. But no, I hail from the city of the Golden Towers itself.
My, I'd certainly not expected that. Please, tell me more.
Sweet.
I went straight from the academy to the army, as majors do in Nilfgaard. Yet I truly believed our aim to be to build a better world. With our help, the mages, the Emperor conquered realm after realm, right up to the Amel Mountains. Yet he was not sated, and turned his greedy eyes to the north. But the north stood and faced him. I'll never forget the bloodbath he wrought in Sintra. It was unspeakable.
He sought to intimidate us. He united us instead.
Indeed. At Sodden, when Khayos engulfed the Imperial army, I saw my chance to flee the madness and begin life anew. And I did just that. I never sought thereafter to rejoin my countrymen or return to my home. Instead, I stayed in the north and swore never again to use my magic to harm others.
And she has been holding true.
Yet I cannot stand idle as the Emperor perpetrates atrocity after atrocity. I wish to fight at your side.
Oh, she's switching from healer to fighter.
All deserve a second chance. Yet from now on, there are to be no more secrets between us.
There's always gonna be secrets for me.
Certainly. I thank you. You've no idea what this means to me.
I mean...
Good. Oh, and Isbel. This must stay between us alone.
Yeah.
For your own sake.
Seriously.
I appreciate the concern, Mom. But you needn't worry about me. I've lived for some time in the north. And dare say I know how to get by.
Okay, so I got another card.
The City of the Golden Towers. Don't think I know any soul who's seen it with their own eyes.
Did you know many common folk believe they're made of real gold, the towers? Yet they're named for how the southern sun dances off their rooftops.
Interesting.
My family lived in the capital long before Nilfgaard was ever an empire. The city is of great beauty, was always a source of pride, turned arrogance in time. When I was but a lass, my father would take me to the grand amphitheater to watch the gladiators fight. A daughter of Nilfgaard should grow accustomed to the sight of blood, he said. For to conquer the world was our destiny.
Dreadful. You must have hated it.
At the time, I saw nothing wrong in it. I admired the gladiators for their bravery, skill, finesse. Though now it shames me to admit it.
Duty calls. I must go.
Of course. Should you need me, I'll be here.
Alright, so it's already 10 o'clock. I think I'm gonna stop here for tonight. There are these other stories that I want to do, but I want to be attentive to what they have to say. And I have been sitting all day, and I think I'm almost at 3 hours of streaming. The good part is I can see the chats. They do pop up in the upper left. So actually, I'm pretty happy with how the streaming is going. So that makes me very happy. But anyway, guys, I will continue going through these storylines tomorrow, and I appreciate you guys joining me. And I shall talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye. And hopefully I have lights tomorrow. Hopefully. Night.